All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Irish Sportsman Podcast. I am your host, the Irish Sportsman, Sadler. That's right, and yes, you see me wearing my ESPN Medicine hat, and I got a new shirt I want to show you all. That's right, it says Sadler of the Pat McAfee Show. Yes, I was on the Pat McAfee Show just before they actually joined ESPN. So I do want to thank Pat and the Talking Table and Boston College Ty Smith and of course, AJ Hawk and Ralph the Hammer as well, and everyone part of the Batman Movie Show that let me come on the show. I want to push want to thank you guys. I love you guys, and hey, I got a hat coming as well with the same thing on it. So I'm looking forward to wearing that, and hoping that we gonna be ordering more of these kinds of shirts and hats, whatnot, different styles, different colors, whatnot. That way I can show it off and say, hey, yes, I was on the Batman Movie Show before they joined ESPN. Yes, I was. I guess I want to make sure people know that because not many people like myself with a disability can get through, did not always get through to talk to a famous celebrity like Pat or even Ty or the guys on the talking table or not. Not many people with disabilities get to have that opportunity. And I know Pat and them always do love to help people in the communities and love helping people with disabilities. I know Pat done a lot along with being part of the WWE because the WWE is a big, it's really huge in the disability community. They do a lot of stuff for people with from Special Olympics. They do a lot of stuff for people, pediatric cancer patients, people with significant needs, veterans, all sorts of walks of life in the disability community as well. And I just love that's what I love about WWE. And I'm glad to announce that one of the wonderful people that does that stuff is being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Yes, that's right. The one and only Stephanie McMahon, yeah, the daughter of Vince, brother of Shane, and husband Paul Triple H Levesque. And I'm so damn proud of her. She's done a lot for the WWE, not just back in the day, but especially throughout her life. Because she literally grew up in the WWE with her dad, with Vince. And of course, don't get her granddad, him too. Because this company of the WWE, even though back then it was also WWF, but WWF, WWE is the same company. But anyway, same family, one family ran, and that's the McMahon family. But one of these days, the children of Paul, Triple H Levesque, and Stephanie and Shane, they'll be running this company one day. So yeah, I definitely give applaud the McMahon family for all the stuff they have done from the grandfather to Stephanie's and Shane's dad to themselves, and to the future of the WWE within that family. And of course, you'll get Linda McMahon as well. And that's something I love about it. That's what I love about this. By the way, about wrestling, because a lot of even the wrestlers do want to get out in the community. They want the wrestlers to go out there and get rid of people that are veterans, get rid of people that have disabilities and special needs, whatnot, and do a lot of stuff working in the community, whatnot, as well. Because it's not just sports; it's also entertainment as well. I got friends of mine that are into wrestling. One in particular is my girlfriend, Kayla. I was in one of the weekends. I love her so much. And I'm just glad that she's finally got into wrestling. It took a little while, but she got into it. Because we all both love Jay Uso. You know, like always says, 4 letters, 1 word, yeet. So anyway, and one of the best things that I love about WWE is Prime. I love to go on Prime, and that's another reason why I love it so much because Logan Paul. Not many people that are YouTubers like Logan Paul or Ice Speed. I could say that they had competed in a wrestling match or been part of the WWE in some way or form, some way or fashion. Of course, Logan has been actually not just promoting, but he also is doing actually competing in matches. And he's pretty good. He may be better than Ice Speed, but only because he has he's more athletic. No offense, Ice Speed. You're cool. But anyway, Logan Paul trains for that kind of stuff. He has his own wrestling stuff at his place. So he can work on his moves that he wants to do in matches. And this is one of the things that we don't always see in the WWE, and that's behind the scenes. One of those parts is what's called Gorilla. And I know Triple H has talked about that, what Gorilla is and what it does. Because that's where all the people that work in the company to get everything out from the camera crews, the lighting, the pyrotechnics, even the wrestlers themselves, as well as the commentators and wrestlers themselves, and the refs, so they know what to do and when to do it, and somewhat what to say as well. I remember seeing Triple H, Paul Levesque, giving the line, feeding the lines to Cody, Cody to the Nightmare Cody Rhodes. The line when he said, "Walk." Now I say is F with F yourself. Okay, F yourself because I don't want to be a counselor here. But it's Fuck. I just spell it out that way. I don't say it here. But yeah, he says Fuck. You walk. I remember seeing that. Triple H feeding that line to him as the promo. Doing that promo now like back when that was given. That was when John Cena turned heel. But now look at John. He completely changed. He completely went back to his normal self. And hey, this past weekend we had some great matches. So let's go into that, shall we? Let's go with some WWE conversations. Because we had WrestlePalooza this past weekend on ESPN app. I tried to watch it, but I couldn't get it because I need to pay my $29.99 as well. And if you haven't done it yet, make sure you do it yourself. You pay that $29.99 or the $299, depending on which one you want to do. So let's dive right in here. And yes, and originally this morning, Cena was supposed to win the match, but as we all saw, it's like only 8 minutes and a little over 8 minutes of the match. Alvarez Palooza, John Cena was pinned a 1, 2, 3 count with the Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar. And of course, he had the mixed tag match with the two married couples, actual married couples, AJ Lee and CM Punk, against. Well, now I'm doing this to effect. Yeah, AJ Lee and his wife. Where was the? Hold on, let me see. I can usually go through I can just go through my WWE app right here to get the results. And yes, the year-long retirement tour is going on. Like I said, with John Cena. She has 17-time world champion John Cena. In the tour, and of course, we all know Brock Lesnar is a world champion, a former UCF heavyweight champion as well. And of course, don't forget he also did wrestling in high school, and don't forget he did play a little while in the NFL with the Vikings as well. And in the next match up, came up with the tag team vision of Braun Strowman, actually not Braun Strowman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed, which they've beaten the Usos, Jimmy and Jay Uso, the twins, and of course, they had a little help from LA Knight. LA Knight. And yes, last night, LA Knight had a match with Jay Uso himself as well. Looks like Jay got that victory last night. There was a new women's champion that was crowned. Ivy Sky Ivy Sky was the heavy favorite in the match with Stephanie People. And of course, Naomi had to vacate that title because we all found out that she was having a baby. And hope she's doing well, hoping baby's growing big and strong in the womb. And Sky did not. So yes, that. And of course, yes. 3-time Divas champion AJ Lee. We all know AJ Lee did come back after a couple of decades, after over a decade of being out of the WWE, coming back for the mixed tag team match with her real life husband CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and the man Becky Lynch, also another man and wife as well in real life. And that's one of the things I love about this match. Because it's not just a mixed time match, but it's also actually husbands and wives going at it against each other. One husband and wife taking on the other husband and wife. And that's one thing, as they're getting closer to that, if there was, since between the couples, you just see there could have been a fight between the couples themselves. But hey, at least that did not happen, thank God. But hey, let's get back into it. Yes, Cody Rhodes, the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes, closed out the show against his former dashing against Drew McIntyre. And yes, Cody Rhodes prevailed in that match as well and won his title to retain the belt. And this is one thing I love. I want to bring up because prior to this event last Saturday, they were doing a lot of promotions for it. And a bunch of those wrestlers, Jay and Jimmy, Punk, even Cody Rhodes, all came on to one of my favorite shows on ESPN. Yes, he came on for his take. They came on, I think, with Get Up as well. I know they did for sure. They did Get Up, but I know they definitely got on for his take with Stephen A, I believe, as well. And of course, they were on spokesmen like with Evan Cohen, Michelle Smallman, and Chris Canty. And yes, Evan Cohen is one of my best friends and co-teammates on ESPN Radio. He worked ESPN with ESPN for over 20 plus years along with Jim Willage. They both worked together when they were in their like 20s or so. Back in Palm Beach, Florida. We had Good Karma Brands in Palm Beach. So yeah, this is one of the things I love about my career in the sports industry, especially with ESPN. And yes, I will be doing. I know I tried last week to go live and do on my socials and have my interview with Evan Cohen. I know that didn't go as planned because of technical issues and whatnot. But do not worry at all. We will be still going to try that again. But this time we're going to do it in these King Radio Madison Studios. That way I don't have the same problem I did last time. Because they have all the state of the art equipment, and they love me though. And Evan loves me. And I found out 2 things about Evan Cole they should know. And I'll bring this up again when I have him on the next attempt of having you on the Alex Sports Show. And that would be that I found out that Evan Cohen has two family relatives of his with a disability. One with on the autism spectrum, and the other with a type of Down syndrome. Yes, there is Down syndrome. There's also different types of Down, and that's one. That's what one of Aaron's family relatives has. So I'm gonna figure out a little more on that. Until then, let's get back to where we were. But I just love the fact that, and even Triple H has come on Sports Night too, I believe, as well as ESPN, because I love the fact that we got the new ESPN app, and you can, and make sure you do download, if you don't have that new ESPN app, the new and improved ESPN app, make sure you download that either on your Google Play or on your App Store. And of course, we do have another in a few weeks on October 11th. We got another event coming up with the WWE as well. I'll bring that in just a sec. But here's one thing I do want to bring up. Because this is breaking news. After 11 seasons of Tigers basketball team, that's right. That is right. RuPaul is stepping down and retiring. That is right. As of Bruce Paul has stepped down as a men's basketball coach at Auburn and will move into a ambassador's role. Okay, that's actually going to be good. Still, it's to be part of the program. He should no longer be doing the coaching day-by-day stuff like he has. And that role is within the athletic department of Auburn. And that was announced as of yesterday, basically. But don't fear, Bruce Paul's son, Stephen Paul, will be taking over as the coach as well. He was an assistant head coach, receiving a 5-year contract as the program's new head coach. I will find out how much money that he will be getting with that contract. Once I find out, I will let you know about that. So here's my question for you. And I'll put it as a poll. I might do this as a poll question later. And that will be, can Steve Paul continue the legacy of his dad? Will Steve Paul continue the legacy of his dad, Bruce Paul, and keep on the winning program of Auburn Tigers basketball? And yes, don't forget, we are another far away from college basketball starting up, and as well as hockey, NHL, college hockey as well. And of course, here, if you're in the Badger State, high school hockey and basketball too, with the WIAA. But anyway, let me go back to the internet, to everything else. Let's see here. We do have. Okay, here's something that you need to know about the Falcons. Falcons fired the wide receiver coach, Ike Hilliard, after an offensive struggle. Yes, I think he deserves to be let go. But the question is, who is? Let me see if they got a replacement yet for him. Okay, here we go. I got him. And the guy that can be taking his place will be the move came hours after the coach announced the offensive coordinator, Zach Robinson. Zach Robinson, the offensive coordinator, is going to be moving down from the sideline to the sideline from the coaching box. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like this. This is a good move. This is a good move. All you're doing is moving a guy from the press box down to the field. I think that's a great move to do. That way you'll be more on the players, helping them out, coaching them up, than just having to be on basically on a headset with a microphone, basically. But yeah, and another thing. Here's another thing we got to talk about. Another thing that I want to bring up, because this was brought up this past weekend, this past Saturday, during before or during a North Carolina football game with Bill Belichick. Yes, we saw the girlfriend of Bill Belichick's 25-year-old girlfriend on the sideline with him. And was there a kiss going on? It could have been kissing, who knows? But anyway, we got to go into some power rankings. So let's go into some NFL. Well, before we do the power rankings, let's go and talk about the trading. The NFL trade. I guess it's going to Yahoo Sports, but I'm sure this is accurate about the Browns trading Dylan Gabriel or Sergio Sanders. But I don't think that is accurate. That is according to Yahoo Sports, so I don't think that is accurate at all. Because that is just Yahoo Sports. I don't think that's going to happen at all. Okay, this is according to NFL. This is 2025 NFL trades tracker. So let's take a look. We have here we go. Here's some good guys, and we got John Polk of New Orleans. This is what New England, and they will require 27, 28, 6th and 7th rounds, and the 5th rounder. And this is going to NFL TO. You know what? I need to make sure this is accurate first. I want to make sure I get this correct for you so I can give you the correct information on this. But these are just the trade rumors that I'm looking at. Here we go. Here we go. Now I got the right one. Okay, now, and this is according to the NFL itself, themselves. So yes, okay, here we go. We got the Chiefs and New England. Chiefs will receive a 2025 7th round pick, number 228, from the Cowboys through the Lions, Charles Smith. Patriots shall receive. Oh, okay, let me see. This is day 3 trades. I think this is from the draft actually. So let me go back to actual trades that are going on. They're still going on right now. That are current. Okay, let's see. I'm not sure if I'm getting anything right now, but if you want to check that out, make sure you have that ESPN app. That can give you all your news and everything that you need from Hulu, ESPN, Disney Plus, all for a low price of $29.99. Yeah, all right, this should do better. Okay, let's see here. And yes, There have been some. Let me go back. Move it back a little bit. We do have to talk about the past weekend. So let's do our recaps, shall we? Let's do this one, and so let's go into and let's okay. First, let's do the before we do the recaps. Let's see. Okay, let's do the recaps on college football from this past weekend, and I'll do the ones that were big, the big games that we had. Miami beats Florida at home, 26-7. Oregon torches through 41-7. As well at home, Florida State wins their game easily, 66-10. Auburn loses to Oklahoma on the road, 24-17. Michigan just beat Nebraska last week, 30-27. Missouri beat South Carolina 29-20. Notre Dame beats Purdue 56-30. Michigan State 45-31. And yes, one of the big ones that I think came out was last Saturday's games was the Wisconsin Badgers losing to Maryland. I know that I was working the game. I was taking the game or not. With my job at ESPN Radio Madison. So while I was out of the game and doing my work, yes, we all know that the Badgers lost that game. And yes, there was a chance in the stands of fire Luke Fickell. And I think he will get fired eventually. Maybe not right away, but again, this week on the bye week. The Badgers are on the bye this week. But let me first, here we go. That final score for that game was 27-10. Wisconsin did not get anything going on offense well. They only got the one touchdown in the entire game as well. And Maryland had a really good defense, better than the Badgers, that was for sure. And I don't think Wisconsin is going to win much games here on out. Only ones I can think of is Washington, maybe Indiana, and maybe Minnesota, but I'm not sure yet. And there's only 3, and they only got 2 wins, so that will give them 5 wins, and that still would not give them a bowl game. So I'm thinking they were not the Wisconsin Badgers are not going to go to another bowl game for the second year in a row, and they were not, and they will also have their trophy case empty for a second year as well. That means the Paul Bunyan Act as well. We'll stay in Minnesota, and all the other ones. I know there were others as well. I can't think of the name, but the Act will stay in Minnesota for another year. That's my prediction. But we do have some good games coming up for the Badgers. Badgers got Michigan's coming next weekend after the bye. And they get Iowa at home. And of course, they get the number one Ohio State out of that. Then Washington at home as well. And then they get Indiana at home. And then home again for Illinois. And then they wrap up the season with Minnesota on the road. So yeah, they don't have that many. They have a good amount of games left, but I don't see many wins here. Maybe Michigan and Washington, that's 2, and then like I said, maybe Illinois. But that's all I can see. 5 wins only, which would give them like I said, not eligible for the bowl. No trophies for another year in their trophy case. And with that said, I believe Lucifer will be fired. And I won't be shocked if he's fired either midway through the season or at the end of the season, depending on how that goes. Before I take this break, prior break, I've done this one before. Ice Pop. This is one of the main flavors that I like as well. And make sure you always get yourself some prime yourself. This break is like my prime. Okay, we're going to do this for a couple more minutes, take a short break, and we'll come right back. Okay, now. Let's do this powering, shall we? Going into week 4. And as we do this, I will be breaking down the past week's games as well. We will start with the Philadelphia Phillies. Actually, the Philadelphia Eagles, that is. But they're still with a 3-0 start as well. They were beating the Rams 33-26 with that one. The Bills beat the Dolphins easily, 31-21. And yes, it's Tua. What is going on with Tua Tagovailoa? I don't see much going on with the Dolphins right now. They need more help. I think this is going to be the downfall here, and then they will need to get a new head coach. Cause I know they have a good head coach, but I don't think he's going to be like he was when he first started out. Because he's becoming the total opposite of the way he was when he first started coaching for the Dolphins. I know we got a 2-1 Detroit Lions after they beat the Ravens just last night, 38-30 in Baltimore. The Chargers they're still also on the video with 3-0 at number 4. Number 5, even though the Green Bay Packers at 5, with a 2-1 with the loss to the Browns by 13-10. This is one of these I want to talk about in a little bit as well, because I cannot believe how dumb Love for the way he was playing. And Mike Parsons was doing well, but we're going to that a little bit. All right, number 6, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with 3-0 as well. 2-1 Ravens team is with the loss to the Lions last night. Of course, I figured they would drop. The Rams, the loss to the Eagles, are now at 8. Tennessee Chiefs finally got on the win column with a 1-2 lead, 1-2 season. And then, of course, that was a pretty good win, pretty scrappy type of win, 22-9 win. Of course, they were playing a lot with the Giants and Russell Wilson. And I think Russell Wilson is he's 38 years old. He's a year or two away from being in his 40s. And not many quarterbacks played into their 40s, except for like Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, to name 3. Number 10, we got the Commanders with a 2-1 record as well. After they beat the Raiders 41-24. So that's a drop by 1. The Niners have a 3-0 record with a win over the Cardinals, 16-15. And week 3 ranking of 11. The Colts jumped up from 16 to 12 with a 3-0 start. And yes, is and the quarterback means the Colts re-signed 4 sacks against Tennessee. That's one. And that is ranked 20th, where the opposing quarterbacks have been underbothered in the pocket. Oh, 20th in pressure. Actually, that's 20th in pressure rating at a 27.4%. The defense event, actually, LX, I can hear it incorrectly. I know there was a hamstring injury. The rating for this was, but for this guy, LL's overall is 11.4%, which is good, but he doesn't need to work on it. Let me see. Another quarterback. That's right, Daniel Jones. It looks like Daniel Jones is finally starting to actually become good and relevant and actually having a good season. Can he keep this up? Can he win it? I think they play this weekend. I'll check that in a minute when I give you that. I think Daniel Jones is starting to become relevant and at least having a good season. But we'll talk about more of that in a minute. Vikings are 2-1 after they beat the Bengals 48-10. And don't get that was out Joe Burrow. Without Joe Burrow. Could they still win with Burrow? I don't know. And we will not find out. The Colts beating the Saints. The Seahawks are 2-1 at 14. The Broncos are 1-2 with the 15 after losing to the Chargers. Only by 3 with the 23-20 score as well. The Cardinals are 2-1 in the division to the Niners. Pittsburgh and Aaron Rodgers with a 2-1 record after they beat the Patriots 21-14 handily. Excuse me, at number 17. Jacksonville Jaguars also at 2-1 as well, with a 17-10 win over the Texans. And yes, I haven't yet to see C.J. Stroud have a good season. I know he has done issues with it, linked some injuries here and there. But anyway, we got after the Panthers losing after Atlanta lost to the Panthers 30-0 with a goose egg at 19. If I was him at 19, I'll drop them lower than that with that kind of a loss. Cincinnati is at 20 after losing to the Vikings 40-10 as well and dropping down to that in the defense. 4 third downs. That was the issue, biggest issue there. Houston Texans are still yet to win a game, 17-10 against the Jaguars. The Raiders are 1-2 as well. After losing to the Commanders 41-24. Chicago Bears are finally on the winning side of it this past weekend with a 31-14 win over the Cowboys. But the Cowboys have not been as good as they should be, even with Dak Prescott as the quarterback. Eventually, there will be. We had to do with him because he signed that even more expensive contract than Love did, and yes, he's there for a couple more years before they go back to the table and see about another deal and another contract. But I'm not sure on that one though. Dallas is at 24 now. Just one above, one lower than the Bears. I did their loss to them. England's at 25. I did against the Seahawks. Of course, 21-14 was the score, like I said. That's the win. Cleveland's at 26 with their first win ever this season, despite having a good defense. And yes, they beat the Packers by 3. Green Bay, Jordan Love should have done for the downfield a lot closer than they were to make that field goal that was blocked. And then going down the field, and then they scored their own field goal to win it. I think the Packers need some help. Let's see what the Packers are going to look into, if they're going to make any trades. Are they might do Van Ness possibly going. Maybe, probably not, but there's a possibility for sure. I will do more of this on some short. So to get back to it, we got the Panthers at 27. With that, we've had to be beaten. We couldn't put without a point on the board at 30. And they just cannot get anything going with the quarterback. It's sagging. Jets are at 3. Are trading 8 right now with not even yet to get a win. I won't be shocked if they don't get a win at all this season, or maybe at least 2 or 3, and be the worst team this season to a point that they get the number 1 pick in the draft next season, next year's draft. Got the Dolphins at 29. I lose it to the Bills, so they're yet to get a win. Giants, same thing with the New York Giants. I did their loss to the Chiefs. And I think the Chiefs are finally starting to come out of their slump, because I know they lost the first 2 games, first one in Sao Paulo. And then, of course, 32, all the Saints. Also 0-3. That's the power rankings for now for this. We're going to this coming week's games. So with that, let's go into my trusted ESPN app on my phone here, and let's talk about coming up games in week 4. We start off with the Thursday night game on Prime TV at 7:15. Seahawks will be on the road against the Cardinals, with both 2-1 going into the game. Packers and the Cowboys will be going out on Sunday Night Football. And Carrie Underwood getting her vocal goals warmed up and ready to go. Steelers Vikings. But this was in Dublin, Ireland. So this will be at 8:30 in the morning. So make sure when you get up, make sure you have your eggs, your biscuits, have your eggs, bacon, and sausage, and your coffee, and the Kool-Aid Light, or beer of your choice in the other hand as well. And better yet, how about a beverage nacho? Eggs, cheese sauce, sausage with that, all on top of a bit of chips and sauce and guac and sour cream. Yeah, that's a good idea. Then we got the Giants and taking on the Chargers at home at noon. And these are the noon slate games on CBS. Chargers, Giants, Texans and Tennessee, Titans and Texans, Falcons and Commanders, and then the Saints, Bills, and Eagles, Buccaneers, and then the Lions against the Browns, and then you got the Panthers on the road against the Patriots, and then you got the 49ers and the Jags, and these are the San Francisco is favored by 3.5 points, and yes, they got a good quarterback with all the innings they had, especially with Purdy out. We're definitely using a great quarterback in Matt Jones. And he's showing promise as well. And these games are Those are the Fox games on the travel clock window. And the average of the teams for ESPN Bet is 1.5, 6.5, 2.5 and a half, 6.5. Middle season now 2.5, 16.5, 3.5, 8.5, 5.5 point and a half, and then 3.5 again. And those numbers from going up and down. Starting with the Seahawks game and ending with the Falcons game. Going to ESPN Bet. And yes, you gotta be. And yes, if you want to gamble, make sure you are responsible. And of course, you gotta be 21 years or older, and terms and conditions do apply. Okay, the 3 o'clock slate on Fox and CBS. We have Lions and Browns. That should be pretty good. Can the Browns continue their momentum after beating the Packers this weekend and beat the Lions? Or will the Lions prevail at home against the Browns and Joe Flacco? We got the Patriots and the Panthers going at it. Oh, I already did that one. Sorry. Yeah, Panthers. Those are Fox games. Those two games are new games at Fox. Panthers and Patriots. Jaguars, 49ers, Fox. Yep. All right, at 3:05 on Fox, we have the Colts taking on the Rams on the road in LA. All right, I'm going to go watch this one, and this is on CBS with the 2.5 point favorite for Baltimore. And can Baltimore recover from that loss to Detroit from last night? There's only one way to find that out. And will the Kansas City Chiefs play spoiler and finally get their second win and get it to 500? Yes, I think the Chiefs can do this. But we got to see how well Lamar Jackson is, too. We got the Bears and the Raiders, and also other 25 slate as well on CBS as well. And then we have not one but two. We have a doubleheader on Monday night. We got the Jets taking on the Dolphins in Miami on ESPN at 3:15. Actually, at 6:15. Actually, my bad there. The 2.5 point favor for Miami going to ESPN Bet. The Bengals and the Broncos are favored. They're favored by 7.5 points according to ESPN Bet. And that game is also a Monday night game, 7:15 on ABC. So yes, two games, two different stations within an hour's difference of start time. So if you want to watch both, can you do the multi-screen? Let's see if you can do that. I'm going to give that a shot myself next Monday night. Of course, I will have both games on, and of course, WWE Raw. So yes, I'll be watching two games and Monday Night Raw as well. And of course, we are going into the fall. It's shooting season now. We definitely need to start going back into going to baseball because we got games going on. And we are at the final stretch here before the playoffs begin. Okay, we start off with tonight's game at 5:35. First pitch, Orioles will take on Baltimore is hosting Tampa Bay. That's a 5:35 game. 6:05 Yankees taking on the White Sox. The Braves will take on at 6:15 against the Nationals. Cardinals and the Giants in St. Fran at 8:45. The Red Sox and the Blue Jays at 6:05 in Toronto. The Rangers are hosting the Twins at 7:05. Guardians will be taking on the Giants at 5:40. Also at 5:40, got the Reds taking on the Pirates at home. as well as a 5:45 game. We also have the Phillies taking on the Marlins. I'll skip this for a minute. I'll come back to this one. The Royals and the Angels will go at it. 8:38 game. We got a 40 game, two of those, three of those actually, and that is the Rockies taking on the Mariners, Dodgers taking on the D-backs, and then the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Padres, and then you got the Astros and the Athletics going on 9-5. And this is one of the two things I want to keep my eye out on because the Brewers have 95 wins. 95 wins, and with the win, and with that, they're only 5 games away. 5 games away from 100 wins. It's been a long. I don't think the Brewers ever had a 100 win game season at all. Yeah. Actually, they don't. I don't think they did at all. Actually. So yeah. And yes, Molly Brown of Jam McNamara dipped the Brewers who win 100 games. And yes, Molly Brown, you're 5 games away from that. And the other one I want to highlight is the Mets taking on the Cubs in Chicago at 6:40 on TBS. That's your TV game of this week on Tuesday night. And we only got a few more weeks left before the October Classic gets here. And of course, everything's going to be heating up with the teams that are going to be in the playoff hunt and have the playoff hunt, and the rest of the teams that already have clinched the game, the divisions. I know the Milwaukee Brewers are ready as well. Okay, we are going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a few minutes. On the other side, we'll talk the college football and a little bit of WWE. So I'll be right back after these messages. And wait. All right, we'll do that. We'll do that now.
Did you sign off or did
I'm good.
Kayla Rodriguez, Arkayla. Kayla Rodriguez, Arkayla.
I did. Okay, now we are back, everybody. From that commercial break, thank you for waiting for me. I'm going to be taking commercial breaks from now on. That way, you can see how it really goes. Sorry about that phone call. I'm not going to call me. She didn't know I'm live. She should know that, honey. Anyway, let's get back into it, shall we? Okay, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna talk about college football and a little bit of preview of this weekend's games as well. So let's go right into it to the college football. Let's go back to last week's set of games. Of course, we know Texas took out Sam 655. Yep. Same with LSU, 56-10. All right, here's a go in Florida and Miami. This was the best one. 7-26 victory. I loved watching Pat McAfee doing his thing on College Game Day and seeing him do his thing, doing that dance, showing how Wade Lewis did his dance and then running to the pool, taking his clothes off, and then jumping right into the pool. Off the high dive as well. I love that as well. Always love what he does. Oregon beats Oregon State 41-7. Okay, Auburn nearly almost pulled the upset, but they could not pull it. 27-17, Oklahoma. Tennessee 56-24, UAB. Michigan barely won their game, 30-27 against Nebraska. Nebraska is actually showing some grit here. They're only 3-1 in the season so far, and last week's game they have their bye week this week, and then the next week they get Michigan State at home. They're on the road against Maryland. They get Minnesota after that. That's a Friday game. So 7 p.m. So make sure you know that. And then they get Northwestern at home, USC at home, UCLA on the road, and at Penn State, and then at home against Iowa. And that was 11 a.m. game on CBS on Friday after Thanksgiving. And I know it'll be the same thing for Texas and Texas A&M as well. For the Texas game as well, Texas A&M game. Let's see that I'd be going to the game because my girlfriend's aunt got season tickets. Okay, let's review this week's games we got Florida State taking on undefeated Florida State taking on the 3-1 Virginia at 6 o'clock this Friday night on ESPN. I'll be checking that out for sure. TCU still undefeated with 3-0 with a 3-1 Arizona State, also on Fox. That's on Fox at 8 p.m. on Friday as well. I'll come back to this one in just a minute. Georgia State will take on Wake Forest at 11. Can Georgia Tech stay undefeated? Let's find out. UCLA undefeated. UCLA will take on the Fighting Illini on Fox at 11. 11 a.m. game for Notre Dame and Arkansas on ABC. On this evening, we got Utah State taking on Vanderbilt at home. At Vanderbilt, actually. LSU will be having a SEC matchup against Ole Miss at 2:30 on ABC. Auburn will be going at it as well against Texas A&M on ESPN at 2:30. At 2:30. Iowa and Indiana. Can Indiana hold on and stay undefeated? They are 4-0 so far going to this game. And yes, this game is actually, but it's on Peacock only. This is only on Peacock. So if you don't have Peacock, you are lucky. If you do, good luck. You'll be able to watch that one. Tennessee and Mississippi State will go at it in another SEC battle at 3:15 on the SEC network. Arizona will be taking Iowa State. And yes, they both are unbeaten with a 3-0 and a 4-0. The reason it's 3-0, 4-0 because Arizona had the bye week, I think. Just had a bye week within the last week or so, or the beginning of the season. That game is at 6 o'clock on ESPN. And now we got a Big Ten blockbuster here. Oregon, number 6, Oregon will be taking on number 3 Penn State at home. Not at home, on the road and at Penn State. We both are undefeated with a 4-0 and 3-0 record. And that game is a Saturday night, 6:30 on NBC and Peacock. And yes, Penn State is favored by 3.5 points, according to ESPN. And again, that'll be trying to get an order to gamble. And of course, terms and conditions do apply. And I wonder if they're going to do the whiteout for this game. I'm imagining that game will be a whiteout. And then we got UMass taking on Missouri. UMass has yet to get a win. Missouri up on the board 4-0, 2 games away from being bowl eligible. 6:30 game, start game on ESPNU. Then BYU would clash against primetime Deion Sanders and the 2-2 Colorado Buffaloes on ESPN at 9:15 in the evening. So yes, that's only the top 25, but yes, there are a lot more games that I'm not looking at because I'm looking at the top 25. So those of you who are not going to play, good luck with your game. And if you want to follow your team, make sure you do download the ESPN app. The new ESPN app, more new input, everything is all in there, including Hulu, ESPN, and Disney Plus. I got it, and hey, all I need to start doing is start paying my monthly fees. Shows like Pac McAfee, shows like the Rich Action show, you can get all sorts of different games. You can get a lot of different sports from WNBA, NHL, volleyball, NFL, Major League Baseball, hockey, WWE. You get everything here. Big Ten, golf, NBA, college hoops, NCAA, and X Games as well. You get all of that on here. And you get all sports, baseball, soccer, hockey, volleyball, football, motorsports, rugby, MMA, lacrosse, baseball, another hockey, what's called field hockey, of course, the golf, tennis, softball, javelin, marathons, cross country running, fishing, and of course, the street science of boxing. And yes, you get a lot of your shows here. You get all your channels here from ACC, Big Ten, SEC, ACC, the Conference USA Conference as well. You get all the major conferences here of the NCAA as well. And of course, you get all your channels: ESPN 1, 2, and 3. ESPN 1 and 2, ESPN and ESPN on ABC, SEC Network, and SEC Plus. The SEC Network, you got the XL, you got ESPN Unlimited, you got ESPN News, you got ESPN Plus 3, you got pay-per-view, you got ESPN, you got, of course, ESPN Yellow Push as well. on all of this app as well. You can get clips and highlights. You can check out the schedules. You can check out all the teams that breaks it down. You can even get films and shows as well. And one of the best things about this, you can also get the 30 for 30s, which I can NFL Prime. And you can also get the 30 for 30 shorts, and of course, Eli's Place, and much more on all those shows as well. And hey, they even have our yes, you have everything here that you would want. As well. And okay, so we are getting close to the end just about. Going to one commercial break today, so that's all I need for today for commercials. Okay, let's check out a little NBA action. As of just the other 21 hours ago, the Houston Rockets, Fred Van Felt has suffered a torn ACL, according to ESPN sources, which means that yes, that's season-ending injury, and they yet had to start the NBA season, and this way has gone down. One of the first ACL injuries in the NBA, and the season has yet to start the preseason, let alone a regular season game. Miami's Tyler Hero has gone under surgery for his left foot, and will be sidelined they will begin on this year's season, 2025-2026 season as well. And of course, the biggest news that I had lately was the Las Vegas Aces star AJ Wilson has won the WNBA 2025 MVP award, becoming the first player in the league to win the honor 4 times. That's definitely a big honor for her as well, and a big congratulations to her as well. Whew, we got a lot here. As of yesterday, the CFP leaders will meet at Bitchin headquarters tomorrow for an annual business meeting, and FBS commissioners are expected to decide on playoffs format for next year and beyond, 2026 and beyond. Multiple sources expect high skepticism.
Kayla Rodriguez, Arkayla.
I'll call you later. I'm live. Sorry about that, folks. My Google was calling me not knowing I'm live. Anyway, let's get back to this, and this is going to have an edition of the senior. Don't call. I'm live right now. I'll talk to you later. Sorry, folks. My girlfriend's calling me, and she's not doing it at the right time. Not now.
Hun,
Not now.
Game last weekend.
Honey, not now. I'm live. Sorry, folks. I didn't see that. But yes, there is a meeting going on at the Big Ten this tomorrow. The multiple sources expect high criticism. There will be an agreement at this time and on the model that expands the field to 12 teams, beyond 12 teams, which is good. If not, the group could agree to keep the current 12-team format for another season, which means they could probably extend that. as well, or they could table the decision and another changes to the format need to be decided, and that will be by December the 1st. All right, let me get some Heather, our senior edition. I did Heather recently. I just went to the senior NHL insider, Emily Kaplan. Team USA's general manager Bill Grimm says he is expecting and planning for Matthew Tkachuk to be available for the Olympics. Tkachuk underwent off-season surgery and will miss the NHL season. But looks like this is good. And this is as of just a minute ago. So yeah, this is good news when it comes to the Olympic Games. Also, we have Gary Miller goes to Carolina with an 8-year contract, $60 million contract extension in place. In return to the Rangers, Scott Moore, a 2026 first-round pick, top 10 prospect, 2026, and a second-round pick for that. We also have the Rangers and the Hurricanes are still working on a trade that will send Kendra Miller to Carolina. It is expected to get done today. The Red Wings have signed James Van Wilmington to a 1-year contract. I yet to see a dollar amount. Once I find that out from Emily, I will let you know. Carter Brown has signed a 4-year deal with the New Jersey Devils. AAV $3 million deal there. We have Brock Borsa with one of the top players available in free agency. Yes, this guy is up for free agency. Decided to stay in Vancouver on a 7-year deal. The Blue Rays are requiring Wingo Victor. I see if I can see the last name from the runner-up and of the Ed Morton. I'm sure this is correctly pronounced. Anyway, for a 5th-round pick, and has 1 season remaining for the $4 million. Jake Allen, one of the top goaltenders available, is staying in New Jersey for a 5-year deal with a $1.8 million deal. Logan Stolkoven is signing a 8-year deal extension and with Carolina, and he will be getting $6 million with that deal. Brad Mercer of Florida has agreed to a 6-year deal extension as well. Mitch Miller also has been traded to Vegas with an 8-year $12 million extension in place. Matthew Nix and the Maple Leafs have agreed to a 6-year extension with $7.75 million. The Red Wings are upgraded their goaling by trading John Gibson and will take on his full $6.4 million salary. The Ducks receive Pedro Winter, I think I see it, and 2 future draft picks. Noah Dobson is going to Montreal in a sign and trade. Dobson to the Canadiens have an 8-year deal with a $9.5 million extension in place. So we got a lot of those. That'll take me a long time to read, but that's if you want more of this, make sure you have the ESPN app and you tap on Emily Kaplan. the senior insider for insider for NHL. All right, Jeff Passan, Jet.
Kayla Rodriguez,
Sorry, folks.
Kayla,
Not now. Sorry, folks. My girlfriend's calling me at the wrong time. I'll talk to you later.
Kayla Rodriguez,
Don't call me right now. I'm busy. Sorry, folks. My girlfriend's calling me at the wrong time. Right-hander. This is Jeff Passan, the MLB insider, senior insider. Not now. Sorry, folks. Sorry about that, everybody. Anyway, where was I? Sorry about that. Right-hander Walter Penu. Anyway, and the Phillies are finalizing the deal. According to sources at ESPN, was released by the Red Sox and will be eligible. Oh, I see those 23 days. So sorry, I don't know nothing there for them. All right, Adam Schefter. According to Shefty, as of lately, Washington wide receiver Terry McLean is uncertain to play on Sunday against the Falcons due to his quad injury. He still is seeking more information about the injury. Once I find more on that myself, with our Schefter, I will let you know about that. A quarterback change. The Giants are planning to start Jackson Dart. So, yes, breaking news. Jackson Dart is now a starter for this week against the Chargers. And that's going to ESPN and I'm Schefter. Jackson Dart is now going to be a starter. Jerry Jones told reporters that CeeDee Lamb's ankle injury could land him on injury reserve, which would sideline him for a minimum of 4 games. That's basically a month's worth of games. As of yesterday, as well as the test confirmed that the Chargers wide receiver Najee Harris did, in fact, suffer his season-ending ACL injury. Okay, that's what I got for that for now. Okay, now college football with Pete Thamel. According to Pete Thamel, of course, like I brought this up earlier, he has the news about Bruce Pearl. It's about Bruce Pearl, actually. Right, Bruce Pearl's stepping down from coaching all the Auburn Tigers to having a role within the team instead. Bruce Pearl is expected to retire and as the head coach, basketball coach at Auburn. Sources tells Pete and Jeff Bezos, his son, like I said, Steve is expected to be the head coach upcoming season. So let's see how well Steve will do. UCF announces the death of their assistant coach, Sean Clark, who sadly passed away at the age of 50. Clark was a long-team college coach, including 5 full seasons as the head coach at Appalachian State from 2020 to 2024. Clark had a medical emergency on the 9th of September that left him hospitalized. He remained in stable condition before passing away last night. And that's as of 2 days ago, because this is yesterday when this came out. He's survived by his wife, Jolene, and the 2 children, Gina and Braxton. I do want to definitely send my sympathies and my condolences to the family for your loss as well. And I do one last. Okay, I do this one because I do LSU football. LSU's wide running back Corbin Dubbin has an ankle injury and is expected to practice lightly this week, and his status for the Ole Miss game will be determined later in the week. An MRI ruled out a high ankle sprain, which is good, after he got injured last Saturday against Louisville. So that is actually good. So that's what I have for today from Pete, Adam, Jeff, Aileen, and Heather, and Shaman and Shamus. So make sure I follow these, and make sure you follow all these wonderful insiders. That way you can get them as well. I'm following them all myself. That way I can give you all of these. All right, I'm following them all now. We're about to wrap this up. Then I'll come and go back and see what she wants. And Kayla, honey, if you see this, I'm sorry I hung up on you. I had to finish up my live. And I do apologize to all my fans and listeners for all the times that she called and tried to tell me something as well. She didn't know I was on live. I should have told her earlier about that. And I do apologize to her, to you, to my very love, as well as to you, my fans, and my listeners and followers and followings. Okay. Oh. So now, as we wrap this today's show all up, okay, we're not done yet, Jeremy. Before we do wrap this up, I do want to thank everyone for watching and bear with me with all the phone calls from my lady. Anyway, make sure you get your prize. Make sure you enjoy your weekend. And yes, eventually I will have a call and text line. And I respond for that. Maybe Dr. Pepper. I do love my Mountain Dew, but I also love my Dr. Pepper. And of course, all 33 flavors of Dr. Pepper as well. So, again, I do apologize for the inconvenience of my girlfriend calling me. She loves me that much, apparently. And Kayla, I know you're watching this now because I saw your text. So, everyone, if you see her on my show, give her a follow, give her a like, send her a comment. She also needs followers on her account as well for fashion, art, and travel, whatnot, podcast as well. So make sure you follow me as well as following her. So let's have a great football weekend starting on Thursday night. Going into starting Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and of course Monday. Until next Tuesday. And later on tonight, I'm going to do my shorts. Let's enjoy life. And may life treat you well. See you next time. All right.